Yo, it's JSF. So I wanted to talk really quickly about why Rain is so good. I know I just did an entire Rain guide, but it's like 40 minutes long, and some people might not want to watch all that. You might want to just know what makes this character good, why is this character good, etc., etc., etc. So I figured, why not compare him to a character that we know is good, a character that's been good since launch. Let's look at these two characters straight up side by side next to each other. So some of the things I think are the best about Rain are, for one, Rain, well, let's just start here. Rain's zoning, right? His zoning is not the best in the game. Not amazing in the game, but he has a 13 frame projectile. EX is the mid, etc., 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 right? Liu Kang. Zoning, not the best in the game. 17 frame projectile, 20 frame low projectile, right? You can do a low and a high. You can do this, high, high, high. He doesn't have a mid projectile, but he has the full screen presence to get the job done, right? He has a low projectile, but with the Rain, you have if you EX it, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, sorry. You have a mid projectile, right? So he can get the job, like from full screen, he is not useless. He doesn't have to chase his opponent down from full screen. And something else that's really important is his regular projectile, does regular knockback. His enhanced projectile does a knockdown. That's really important, and there's no way to duck this. And if your opponent is someone who ducks, you can, not only can you do that, you can literally throw a regular projectile and enhance it over their heads to knock them down. And when you get a knockdown, Rain's movement is so good that he can get in pretty much free. Same way with Liu Kang, right? You can do this, and then when you get the knockdown, you can fly in and just get in for free, right? You have a projectile that knocks down and the ability to get in from full screen if you want. Does Rain have a move as fast as Flying Kick? No. He does have an advancing special move. It's also his armor breaker, but it starts up in 20 frames. It's a lot slower. But his movement is so godlike that he can get in, or he can get to where he wants to be, like in the mid range, right? He can get here. Does Liu Kang have the best buttons in the mid range in the game? You know what I mean? No. His sweep has got some solid range, but 18 frames, right? That doesn't have any range. The most range he has is a back three, right? And it doesn't hit from round start. He doesn't have the greatest range in the world, but it doesn't really matter, because if you do something from here, he can whip punish you with that. He can still whip punish you, right? And even in the same sense, right? Rain can whip punish you with this. Yes, it's slower than Flying Kick, but he also has more range than Liu Kang because he can hit you with forward too, right? Just important to note, this move also counter punish Crushing Blow. Important to note, right? Let's look at the pokes just for a second, right? Down forward 10 frames, -7, right? You can get it to be -5, -4, depending on the range when you do it. Like you can, but that's range specific. Liu Kang's down 3, 10 frames. Let's get him to block real quick. 10 frames, -7. Down 4, 12 frames, -7. What about Rain? Down 4, 11 frames, -9, right? A little bit faster, a little bit more minus, like more or less the same, right? What makes Liu Kang so good, right? When you get up close on Liu Kang, his jab string is super good, right? His jab string is crazy. The 1-2 is 2 highs, but the third hit's a mid. It's completely safe, and it's cancelable, right? Really, really, really good. Rain's jab string, time to stand. High, mid, high. The last hit is a high, but it is safe. Whereas Liu Kang has 2 highs in a row than a mid. Rain has a high, mid, then a high, and his obviously is also cancelable. Really, really good. The first hit -3. Second hit still safe as well. You can cancel it. You can do just a jab, or you can do just a jab, go into a throw. First 2 hits and go into anything else. The whole string. EX Fireball is -5. Liu Kang, EX Fireball -4. He has this string back 1, right? Which is a 9 frame mid. Has a built-in stagger, right? This is the full string. Built-in stagger -6. Or you can just do this and to grab, right? Now, Rain has a 10 frame mid string, right? Has a gap right there. You know, sure, you can flaws like that. First hits 10, 10, 10 frames, 10 frames, right? Which makes this a really good stagger, right? It is 10 frames, a little bit slower, but he also has this string, right? Which is 12 frames, which normally would not be that great, but when you have a 10 frame mid, you can force them to respect it, and if they don't respect it, you can just beat them. And then this button is 12 frames, but it's -5, and it has a built-in stagger because you can do this, or you can delay it to 27 frames, or you can delay it to the front 25 frames. Like, it has a built-in stagger with it. He also has a somewhat fast mid-string with the built-in stagger. And normally, if he just had this, I would say it kind of sucks. But when you have this and you have a 10 frame mid-string, it's really good. This is a stagger as well. This is a stagger. This is a stagger, just like with Liu Kang, right? This is a stagger. This is a stagger. This isn't, but it can be. Even this can be a stagger, right? After the full string, right? Because you can go into that and then go into something else after, right? Now I talked about forward 2. Like I said, this is a stagger, -6, right? His whiff punishing button is also -6, -5, depending on the range. I mean, you can go into that because you can go into this or go into the grab, and if they press anything, counter or punish crushing blow. So the up close game is very, very similar. It's not the same, right? I think Liu Kang is a little bit better. I think it's a little bit better, but I think it's very similar to have a really good jab string, to have fast mid string that's really good, have another string that's somewhat fast mid string. Like Rain's are 10 and 12, Liu Kang's are 9 and 11 as far as frame data, right? A little bit better, right? But jab string is just a little bit different, but still just as good, right? Down 2, solid. Sweep, down 4 pokes, you know, about the same. Nothing crazy. Full screen presence, about the same. EX Guitar Toss is super good and it's super plus if it lands. Like his Rain has the much better movement advantage. He can get in. By the way, Rain has throw crushing blow and Rain has throw crushing blow, right? Liu Kang has throw crushing blow and Liu Kang has throw crushing blow, right? It's something else that they both share that makes them very similar. And this video is not about making, like saying these two characters are the same thing. It's just trying to show Rain compared to a character that we all know is top tier. Character we all know is really good, right? I'm not saying that anybody thinks Rain is bad, but I don't know what the consensus is on the character. I just know the character is really good. You know, and you can do the same type of video with the character, like plenty of other characters that you think is really good, right? Like Liu Kang has the mind game on forward 4, right? I'm minus, but I can go into that. I can just do this. I can just do this. I can do this. Go into that and be plus. Rain doesn't have plus frames. He doesn't. But he has this string where he can stagger, you cannot. But he has his mind game. Off this string, you can do this or that. And then you can do 4-3, which is negative, but it's only -1. If you do it from further away, it can be plus, depending on the range you do it from. There we go. +1. It can be +2, but the point is, you can do that. You can get some slight plus frames, or you can just be -1. Then it becomes, is he gonna press? Is he not gonna press? Because then you can match down 1. If they did anything besides the down 1, you'll hit them, and it's your turn again. It's kind of the same idea with Liu Kang's 4-4, right? Where it's like, is he gonna do more of the string? Is he gonna continue, or is he gonna not? You know what I mean? Sure, after you do this, you can cancel, and it gets a little bit more layered. But like I said, I think Liu Kang's pressure is a little bit better. But Rain's mid-range is a little bit better than Liu Kang's. So when I look at this character, right? When I look at this character, right, and I compare him to like the other characters, the top tiers, the good characters, viable characters, I see a lot of those qualities, which I noticed early, which is why I say Rain is super good. So if you're wondering why I think Rain is really good and I think Rain's a great investment, this is why. So anyway, I just wanted to make that video real quick. If y'all like the content, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all y'all. There's definitely more, right? Like I didn't even talk about Hydro Boost. Like a move like this which like, you know, I can go into a jump 2 if I enhance it and be plus. If I think you're gonna try to anti-air me, I can do an early jump kick, which is technically negative, right? Well, jump kick in general is gonna be negative, but I can do that if I try to think you're gonna anti-air it. So I'll get the mind game off that move that Liu Kang might get off like forward 4 or something. Like, there's more to it, but I wanted to keep it short and simple. Basically, Rain's really good. You know, anybody who says he's not good just doesn't know what they're talking about. They haven't done the research, they ain't done the science like your boy has. So yeah, man. Peep the channel, subscribe to your boy. Appreciate y'all, man. Molina guy coming soon. Have fun, stay safe. JSF, I'm outie.